Hey guys, it's Laurel. Today is Saturday, May 20th, and this is FLOSSTUBE number 16. So glad to have you back, or glad to have you come visit for the first time. Glad that you found me if this is your first adventure with me. Today is Armed Forces Day, so if you know someone in the U.S. military, be sure you thank them today. Give them a little support. As you know, my daughter is in the Air Force Reserve, so these days mean a little more to me than what they used to. I try to be a little more aware, a little more appreciative of the sacrifices that these people have made for us. So, like I said, if you know somebody in the military, be sure to thank them today. If you know someone who has family in the military, be sure to be appreciative of them also and the sacrifices that they have made being away from their family. So it's been a busy 2 weeks for me. I feel like I haven't gotten a lot of stitching done and almost zero quilting, which makes me very, very sad. But it's been busy. Last weekend was Mother's Day. Hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. The Friday before Mother's Day, my daughter had her wisdom teeth out. It's very entertaining, very entertaining. And I can say that because she didn't have really very little discomfort, almost no pain. She's very tough, and she did really good with that. So she had that done Friday. So I was pretty amazed actually. I went with her, and they took her back. And they said, okay, we'll come let you know when she's done. And they were not even back there 25 minutes. And they came out and they were like, she's done. I mean, I put in like a handful of stitches. I was like, wow. So got her home, got her situated. She stayed with us over the weekend. We went Saturday morning or Saturday evening. We went and she got me a massage and facial for Mother's Day. So we went, she got a massage also, and then we met my son and my husband at the Grasshopper Stadium. It was family night for where my husband works. Every year they bring all the employees and their families to a ball game and feed them and, give them some coupons for snacks or gift shop or whatever. So that was a fun time. That was fun. And then Sunday, of course, we had breakfast at church, Mother's Day breakfast. And then my husband, my daughter, my son, we all went and had lunch, came back kind of vegged out. We watched, what was the name of it? Ghosted, I think is the name of the movie. We watched that Sunday night, laid on the couch and watched that, and that was fun. So it was a good Mother's Day. It was very enjoyable. I love to spend time with my children. Then, did some stitching stuff through the week, but it seemed to be a very busy week. Today's been a little bit busy. We went and got breakfast this morning. We have my daughter's in a wedding this afternoon, so we'll be at the wedding, and then it is my nephew's 18th birthday, which makes me sad. He's the baby of all the children. He's 18, so we will go eat Japanese with them tonight, so that'll be exciting times. So, probably didn't want to hear all that about my life, but I try to keep it kind of short and sweet right there in the middle. So, hope everybody has also had a great couple weeks, and hope you have a good couple weeks coming up. All right, so let's just start. So Mania. I had talked last video about what my plans were for Mania, so I just want to kind of show you where I am with that. If you have not been with me before, I will just tell you briefly, every year for Mania, I have been picking a designer, and I choose 4 or 5 charts from that designer, and that's what I'll work on through the month of May. Now, I have in the past just done it as my focus time, which is Monday through Friday, and then just done whatever on the weekend. I pretty much stuck to my designer this time, which is Brenda Gervais. So I'll just kind of show you what I got. And I feel like I might have something missing, but we'll see. So the first piece that I worked on was Redbird Sampler. And I got a fair amount done on this. It's not giant, so I'm excited to be able to have a decent start on it so that when I get back to it, it should go fairly quickly. But I did get the first little flower, the first bird. I wanted to complete this whole basket, and I think I showed this last video, and afterwards I finished like, I think one more flower, did the red in the basket, I'm not sure, but I just have the inside, like the yellow to do inside that basket, and then I can move on over. So this will be hopefully a fairly quick finish once I kind of get through. I will say, for my normal whip process, my piece that would have been drawn for the month of May was Floral Motif Sampler. So I'm a little sad that I didn't get to work on that. So I'm going to try to combine that with next month's UFO. I don't know why I felt the need to tell you that right now instead of later, but I did. So this is the second piece by Brenda Gervais, the Maker and Mender. This is just so pretty. I love everybody's start. Like, everybody has been doing, not everybody, but you know, a lot of people have been doing this. It's been all over social media, and I love all of them. I mean, they're just so darling. So I got a decent start on this one also. This is on, the first one was on a 28, either a 28 or a 32 count Lugana. This one is on a piece of 18 count Affogato Ada. And this is where I am. So I got pretty decent on that. There's, you know, a little bit more done. I would have liked to have gotten all the words done. But when I first started, so I started over here and I did this. And then I came down and did a couple words. My thought was I would do like a little motif or a little section, come down, do a couple words, come back, and then I was like, at the end, I'll just finish up the words. But it was very, very muted, I guess, until I got these blue birds in that kind of pulled it together. So I needed to get that in there just to get a little pop of color. But I love this right here in the middle. I just think that's so cute. And I did actually, when this finishes, I think it will fit fairly good in an 8x10 frame. So I went ahead and bought one when I was at Hobby Lobby that I saw that was pretty. I know I saw somebody had done theirs like on a 32 count over 2, and it looked like it fit fairly well into an 8x10 frame. So I bought a frame. It may be too little on 18 count, I'm not sure, but we'll just see. If not, I mean, I can get it framed differently and use that frame for something else. So that was my first 2 pieces. My next piece, and this may be the one that I didn't bring in here with me. It is. I don't know what I did with it, but my next piece I was going to start was Rejoice Evermore. I took it to work Monday, and I started on it. I started on the border coming down the side because I knew it would be a tight fit on the piece of fabric that I had, and it was too tight. I actually had to order another piece of fabric, a bigger piece, so that will be what I restart probably Monday. I don't know. I may start it tomorrow. I'm not sure. So since I couldn't work on that, I decided I would go ahead and pull my Brenda Gervais whip out. That is a planned part of my mania. I put this at the end of my plans just because there's a couple extra days, and I wanted to get more done on this, which I can go back and pick that up after, but it's just some babbling there, sorry. Caroline Amelia Trowell. I had started this last year for Sampler September, and I love it. So I got it back out Monday night when I got home. Excuse me. There's my threads, which are just so pretty. This I am stitching on Picture This Plus 28 count Vellum Lugana. I just think it's super pretty. This is where I am. So when I started, I think this side of my border was brought all the way down. So I brought this side of the border down and across the bottom. I did this little squiggly of green right here just because I kept winding up with a little bit of extra green. So every time I had extra green from doing the border, I just used the rest of the thread there. I did do a little more of the mortar in the house. I put 2 more windows in, the door. I did the green of this flower. So I got a fair amount done. But I do want to get this back out. If for some reason I don't finish this by September, I'll probably get it back out and work on it in September again, but hopefully I'll have time on it between now and then and can get it finished. But I really like that. When I had gotten back to it a while back, I was a little bummed that I had used 2 threads over 2. I thought it would look better with 1, but now that I'm back in it, working on it, I do like it with the 2 threads over 2. So that's my whips. I do have a couple fully finished items, so I'm going to talk about those next. I didn't pull the book back out, but this is out of the Summer Memories book by Susan Aki. It has patriotic quilts and cross stitches in it, and I know a lot of people are doing like the cross stitch pieces through June. Everybody started talking about their patriotic stitching, which gets me like super inspired because I love anything patriotic stitching. Just love it, love it, love it. But this is the first piece that I stitched out of there. I don't know if I'll do all of them, but I would like to do the bulk of them. But I made it into a pillow. This is the back. I did try the ruching on it, which was really fun. My ribbon is probably, it's a little too bright for it, and I probably could have used a smaller ribbon, but I just really enjoyed that process a lot. So I would definitely do that again. I saw Michelle with Penny's Daughter Shares. She had done some pillows, seasonal pillows. And I knew who they were by until just the second they left me. But she has them on her Instagram, and she shows them in her videos. But she had done ruching around hers. And I was like, oh, I really like that. So she said she had watched, I'm pretty sure she said she'd watched Vanna's video. So I watched Vanna's video. I watched Annie's, the proper stitcher. I watched her video. And I watched, I think it was Luminous Fiber Arts, also did a video on ribbon ruching. So between the 3 of those, I kind of pieced together the best I could, and that's what I came up with. So I'm very happy about that finish. The next thing that I got finished, I've been taking some pieces to Hobby Lobby to get them framed. So as I pick one up, I drop another one off. I should have taken my next piece that was on my UFO list to get finished when I took this one, but I didn't. But I did take it when I picked this one up. So, but I'm very happy I got this one done. It looks so good sitting out in the living room. This is Emily Ann Foster by Hands Across the Sea. Red sampler. Love, love, love this. It is so, so pretty. So here is my framed piece. I am really like the girl that works at this Hobby Lobby I've been taking these to. She is so good. So when I kind of show you, I don't know if you can see the detail on the frame, but it's a little bit, rusticy on the outer point. It's a little bit of a scroll kind of look, but sorry for the glare. But I'm very happy with how that one turned out. And this is on it's a Lugana 28 count, either mushroom or platinum, I can't remember, but I'm sure I've said it in a previous video. So I'm not sure, I was going to, for my next red sampler, I had thought about doing Laura Duet's that Fox and Rabbit designed. So I'm kind of torn, either that or the Pennsylvania Dutch Pin Drum or Drum by Brenda Gervais. So maybe one of those, but I'm really liking the red. And it would be pretty to have a little drum displayed with my red samplers. I don't know, we'll see. So got that one done. I'm not really sure if this would be in the cross stitch section or the quilting section, but I did finish one of my project bags that I hold back here because it's not, I don't know, I struggled with this one. I don't know why, but I had a hard time with this, but I just put some gray check on the back. And I know there's been some discussion on several different floss tubes about whether you make them soft or whether you make them firm. I put a really firm back on mine, and then the front piece is just like regular quilted, just like a regular quilted piece. I did the quilting just like as if it was a little mini quilt. So this is soft, this is firm, and I like that combination. It makes it easy to carry around. It doesn't get all bunched up, wrinkly. I need to find a better way to do the binding because I don't really like the way the finished edge looks, but I'll experiment with that. It's only like the third one I've made, so I don't guess it's too bad for that. Okay, next, I feel like I'm talking really fast today, really fast. I got a lot to do, so maybe that's what it is. I'm just in a hurry thinking about my day and everything I got going on. Obviously, I have some haul, so let's just take a moment and talk about haul. I did get these that I think I want to put on the zippers of my project bags, like little zipper pulls. Woo-hoo-hoo. Dropping some stuff. Little zipper pulls on the edge of the scissors. So I have to get some more little rings. I was going to go to Hobby Lobby last night, but I got stuck at work, so I didn't have time to go by there. But I have a couple frame pieces to pick up, or that I should be able to pick up this week. I think they'll be ready, so when I go back, I'm going to pick up some more zippers to do the other couple bags, and then see about some rings to put those on. But I did order a bigger piece of Lugana for Rejoice Evermore. Now the piece I started on was white. And it was, and I'd said that everybody I liked, it was on white. And I just struggle with that right now for whatever reason. I don't know. So I did go ahead and get this in antique white. So it's not as stark, but it'll still give that same, it's pretty white. So I think it'll be easier for my eyes to work on, and it'll be a little easier, and it'll still give the appearance of what the others do. So I really was going to be good and not buy anything. I've been trying to, if I see something that I like in a floss tube, I'll go in and I'll put it on my wish list, or I'll put it in my cart and just let it sit there for a little bit and see. Well, that didn't last the full 2 weeks, which we knew it wouldn't. So I did purchase some things. Shocker. And I'm going to take them out of the pack. The first thing I ordered, the reason I ordered it is because I was trying to get free shipping from Fat Quarter Shop. I had ordered a quilt kit that I'm going to show you in a little bit, and it just wasn't quite enough to get me to free shipping. So I went into my wish list and saw what was there that would kind of make up the difference. And this one made the difference. Lucy Beam, the Lake House. So pretty, so pretty. This one is 166 by 159. And it is done on a 32 count, the model, and I like that, so I may try to see if I can get some of that. I don't know, we'll see, but that's pretty. I don't know that I'll start it like right away. I have several patriotic pieces that I do want to start, and I'll talk about that in plans. This one, ever since I got back into cross stitch, every 4th of July rolls around and I try to order this, and it's sold out everywhere. Because it's obviously super popular. Little House Needleworks, Liberty. I like it for multiple reasons. Patriotic. The name of our town we live in is Liberty, so I like anything that says Liberty on it anyway. And it's got the little pennies across the bottom. So I really want to start this one. 149 by 86. So, and the model, it says 30 count cocoa linen. So I don't know. If I could find that, I might try that. But very excited about that one. This next one I saw, I'm 99% sure it was on Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch like a while back. And it just, I need to go back and find it and see what she was stitching it on because it was so pretty. But it's Labor for Learning by Plum Street. Now these, the first one I ordered just to get free shipping. These I ordered when I ordered my fabric this week because I was like, I don't want to just have a piece of fabric. That's no fun. So, but I am excited about that. My niece is I have a couple nieces that are teachers, so I thought that might be a fun gift, but I'm a little unsure. Like, do y'all, I know that if you give like a stitch gift to another stitcher, like they always love it because it's beautiful, it's cross stitch, and they appreciate it. But if somebody doesn't like do cross stitch, do you think they like cross stitch pieces? Like, I don't know. I'm torn about that. It's not that I don't want to like spend the time on somebody, but you know, and I don't need them to like appreciate it and ooh ah. I just want them to like it. But I don't know if people that don't do cross stitch like cross stitch. I don't know. And then this, I am like so all about Kathy Barrick and Liz Matthews right now. Like I can't get away from them. Like that, what is the name of it? The new, like forest piece from Liz Matthews. Like my local needle workshop has it, and I was like, no, not talking to me. I'm fine. It's fine. The other night I was just sitting in the living room, and I was like, I think I'm gonna need that piece. Like, no willpower, zero willpower, zero. But anyway, next time I'm there, if she still has copies, I'm sure that I will buy it. But this one has been on my list for a while. Needlework by Kathy Barrick. It's so pretty. I don't remember where I first saw it. I know it was a YouTube. And I was like, that is so amazing. So this has been on my wish list for a very long time. So I'm very excited to have that. Okay. So that is all of my haul for cross stitch. Now I want to talk just a little bit about plans before I move on to quilting. So I will still, use my UFO challenge off my list to pull whatever my focus piece will be. My focus piece is not going to be probably as focused as I would normally do for a couple reasons. First reason, patriotic stitching season is here. It is upon us. Everybody, I don't even know how many floss tubes this week. I just get to work and turn them on, just have them kind of playing as I was, doing my stuff. And everybody is showing patriotic, and everything everybody shows I want to do because it's patriotic. This book I had bought a while back. I want to do everything in it. So I got a message from my friend Pam, and she is going to pick one of these out for us, and we're going to stitch one of these. Somebody I follow on Instagram just started one of these. I don't remember who, and I was like, oh. So Pam, if you watch this, let me know which one we're going to do. And I think I'm going to be brave, and I'm going to do it on 36 because she said I can. So I'm going to. So if y'all have stitched any of these, let me know which one you stitched. I mean, I literally want to do every one of them. And every time I look at it, my mind changes about which one I want to do. So this will definitely be in the plan. I love Teresa Kogut's patriotic. I don't even know how she can do the phenomenal things that she does. So this, one of these I'm starting. I would like to do, I have a couple other like small patriotic pieces. I would like to do some of those through June. I have not yet done my whip go, which I may try to squeeze at least one of those in today, just to kind of have that out of the way before I start my new piece tomorrow. I also was thinking about all the whips that I have. So I have my process for how I pull things, or how I choose what I'm working on. And then I was like, you know, right now I have a piece at work. It's the Live on Little piece by Plum Street that I was working on at lunch. I haven't worked on it in May because I've been doing my Mania pieces. And I was like, you know, I really think I would like to get some of the pieces that I have that are close to being finished. I want to go ahead and knock those out because I have several really, really big charts that I want to start. Like, I've been holding off, and you know, you can't finish anything until you start it. So I want to start on some big pieces. If I start on the big pieces, the little pieces are never going to get done. So I took my whips and I put them on a little spreadsheet, and I just kind of put them in order, and I grouped them in some different colors. So they're kind of in order by the ones I can get done the fastest and knock them out. So I think I might use my lunchtime to do some of this versus working on Live on Little when June rolls back around. But I don't know, I'm a little back and forth, so we'll see how that works. But if I, you know, knock a couple of these little ones out, I won't feel so big about starting a big piece. If I don't knock the little ones out, I'm still going to start the big pieces because I love them. They are amazing. And I will just say, one of the ones, I probably shouldn't even jinx myself and say it out loud, but I'm going to do it anyway. Two of the ones that are right there that I know I want to get started are Anne Ufendale, because I did finish A Hands Across the Sea, you know, and it's small. It's not giant. Anne Ufendale, she's a big girl, but I want to do it. And again, can't finish till you start. So Anne Ufendale is one of my big ones that I want to start, and I want to start Pink House Sampler. Pink House Sampler? Plum Street, the big giant pink house. That's two of the ones. Now I have a couple other big ones that I really, really want to start, but I think those two will be my first two big pieces that I start. I'm also trying to, in June, get back to doing one strand a day on Pandemic. But again, we'll see. I'm kind of at that point where my thought process is changing a little bit about how I'm pulling my pieces. I know a lot of people are doing that wheel, which I think is just fascinating. But I know that if I did that, it would land on something. I would just be like, no, let's just do something else. We do that at our Bible study. I don't know if I've said this before, but we have a wheel that has food on it for the next time. So we have one of the kids at church, he spins the wheel for us, and if it doesn't land on something we want, we just move it a little bit more. It's kind of turned into like something funny. So that's my rambling about that, I guess. So glad to have those pieces done. I dropped off two things at the framers that I should be back by the next video, and those are Lincoln's Eagle by Teresa Kogut and American Sampler House by Annie Bees. And I am so excited because they're going to be back in time to actually display them through patriotic season. So I'm very excited, and I really didn't even think about that when I dropped them off, but it's perfect. So very, very, very excited about that. All right, so that's all I have for cross stitch. I do hope you will stay for quilting. I understand if you're not a quilter, but I got some good stuff to show you because I did some shopping, because that's what I do. If you're not, I will see you back in a couple weeks. And I just want to say I have had a little uptake in subscribers over the last couple weeks, and I do appreciate y'all. I know that there are so many, I said it before, there's so many Flosstubers out there. You can spend your time watching anybody, and I do appreciate that you take a little bit of your time out to watch me. It's very much appreciated. That being said, I do want to say there is a new Flosstuber out there, and I will probably get this wrong, but her name is Lady Huzzah. I think I will try to list her down in the descriptions. She is so good. So good. Like, and she is one that, like, overnight, like, 1,500 subscribers or something. I mean, I've been doing this for months. I hadn't even hit 600 yet, but there's a reason why. Like, her stuff is so good. So good. I keep rewinding it and watching some more, rewinding it. And she's kickboxing. My life is so boring. I have none of that. So I'm very impressed that people do all this stuff. And then I'd watched somebody else, and I can't remember who it was, but she did like a tour of her house. And I was like, it's just amazing to me how we watch other people, and, I might have somebody that, like, for a solid month, everything they stitch, I just love. And I have it, and I want to do it, and it's fantastic. And then they go off on a whole nother tangent, and the stuff they do, I'm like, oh, I'd never thought about that before. So it's just really neat just to see people and personalities and what they do in their life and what it makes them pull for, their picks for cross stitch. It's very intriguing to me. I don't know. We had a whole conversation at work about people and how they make their decisions and what influences them, and stuff like that just fascinates me. But anyway, said all that to say, if you are not staying for the quilting, I will see you in 2 weeks. If you are staying, I'm going to start with haul. So I'm going to start first with gifts, because it was Mother's Day, and I did get some Mother's Day stuff. So my husband, he's always been like a gamer. He loves games. My son, gamer, loves it. I mean, my husband, not so much right now, but I mean, he does play games. He's just not obsessed with it right now. My son wanted desperately to get him a PS5. It's just been killing him that his dad does not have one. He found one really cheap somewhere. Me and him and his sister went in with him. We got it for my husband for Father's Day. There's no way they were going to keep that secret till Father's Day. No way. Zero. No way. So they were like, we should just go ahead and give it to him, shouldn't we? Yeah, just go ahead and give it to him. It's fine. So the day before we were going to give that to him, my husband says, you got anything you want for Mother's Day? Oh, yes. So I sent him a list. And one of the things I would have bought anyway, one of the things I would not have. So I was like, okay, that's a good thing to put on your list. Something you really want, but you probably wouldn't buy for yourself. So the one that I would have bought for myself, I know this will be a shocker, is a Riley Blake Fat Quarter Bundle Americana. Now, if you haven't been able to tell from the earlier video or earlier videos that have been, I'm very into patriotic right now. Now, back here on my table somewhere is still right there. Have I busted into that? Have I started my quilt? No. I am so far behind on all my sew-alongs in quilting, but I'm always going to be behind because I'm drawn to the new fancy stuff, and I just have to start all the new things. And there's so much new stuff I want to start right now. It is killing me. But I'm going to try to be good and finish off some stuff. I have a couple things that I really need to finish. But look at this. So this would be really good for finishing some pillows, maybe little cross-stitch pillows. It would be good just to make a quilt. I need a patriotic runner for my table. So I thought that would be pretty too. I've got some patterns for some, so that may happen. So my husband bought me that. Well, when he ordered that, he is such a good quilt husband. He is such a good quilt husband. So it was on Fat Quarter Shop, and he knew to check the flash sale of the day because he is good like that. So he checked the flash sale, and he bought me a jelly roll because I love a jelly roll. And I don't know if you can see it. Maybe you can see it right there. So it has little sheep, and the sheep have American flags on them. Ooh. But this is, I can't see the Prairie Days by Moda. So, I'm very excited about that. And I love right now, like, I really love Jolly Bars as a pre-cut. I really love jelly rolls. I have an entire shelf of jelly rolls in my quilt room. Even if you don't use them right away, they're so pretty just displayed. So, and jelly roll quilts, they go fast. They go so fast. And I may do like a little quilt. I'm looking around. A little quilt show and tell on one video that just shows jelly roll quilts, because I think I've got enough in the stages that I could show some of those. Okay. The next thing, this is one of my bucket list quilts. And I think I'm pretty sure I did a video maybe back towards the beginning that I did like a bucket list of cross stitch projects and a bucket list of quilt projects. This is one of my bucket list quilt projects. I'm sorry for the crinkling. This is Infinity by Be Colorful. I don't know if you can even see all that detail. Oh, it's so pretty. It is so pretty. Wouldn't that be pretty, like hanging back here on my wall? So we'll see. I love paper piecing, which is what this is. I pulled the directions out. The directions are 52 pages. 52 pages of directions. But I've wanted one of these patterns forever. He got it on Amazon. I have been to one quilt shop before that carried her patterns. And I can't remember which one it was. But it was almost overwhelming just because every single one of them are beautiful. But it comes with all the paper pieces. So I'm going to start collecting for this one. It calls for anthology fabrics, which I don't know. I looked up just anthology and it was kind of a weird mix of stuff that came up, but I am going to start collecting those, and you can see it's got several colors. I did pull from my stash to see what I had, and I have like a decent stash, so I have some that I can pull from already. But it will be a long-term project. I'm not worried about the individual pieces because, again, I love paper piecing and just doing the little individual arcs and these points and stuff. I'm not at all worried about those. The part that gives me, I don't want to say anxiety, but concern is when you start joining the pieces together. So I flipped to the back of the directions and I started looking at how the pieces fit together to construct it. And it makes sense, like how she explains in the directions. And I'm going to watch, I'm sure she's got some videos out there somewhere. I mean, I think everybody does. So I'm going to watch some videos, see if I can find either her or somebody doing some of her stuff just to see. But, oh my gosh, just look at that. So I told my husband, so he was like, it's really, really pretty. And she has a really pretty, very nice, meaningful note that she put within this pattern that just, I read it to my husband and he was like, that makes me want to buy some more of her stuff. So I was like, well, honey, this is the only pattern I have of hers and it's in your Amazon cart. So you know that anything else she has, you can just buy it right on up for me. It's fine. So, but I do want to start that, you know, when he buys me something, he again is a great quilt husband and he appreciates the process and he's very good at picking colors and picking patterns and stuff. So, I want to, he bought that, so I want to get that started. Okay, sorry, I'm running out of room. Now, something else happened last week, or week before. I was scrolling through YouTube. I was caught all up on my FLOSSTUBE. There seems to be like a cycle. I don't know, with the people that I watch, about every 5 weeks or so, there's like a 4-day stretch where there's no new videos. And I watch a lot of people, like a lot of people. And I was like, oh, I've watched all my stuff. I've got nothing to watch. So I went back and kind of binge watched some people. And I was like, okay. So I was flipping through. I had put in like quilts in the search bar because I have a lot of Flosstubers that I watch, but I only have a handful of people that show quilting that I watch. So I'd been through, watched all those that I found. So I was looking to see if there was any new people that did that. And I came upon an old series from like 3 years ago that Fat Quarter Shop had done, where Tula Pink did English paper piecing instruction. Guys, oh my. Now, I had, and I showed you this last video, or maybe video before, I don't remember. Sorry, little avalanche there. I had started these Grandma's Flower Garden and did a ton of them. I mean, a ton. Look at all these. Look, just everywhere. Did a ton of these when I was living with my brother-in-law, sister-in-law. They're not right. I mean, they're okay. And they're, I'm sewing them into the squares and going to make something out of them. I'm not going to let them go to waste. But guys, Tula Pink went through everything in this series, from cutting your pieces, what you would fussy cut, what you wouldn't bother with fussy cutting, what you're wasting time doing, which I was doing a lot, the right way to baste, the wrong way to baste, choosing your thread color, your thread weight, choosing your needle, choosing your scissors, and every single thing that she showed in this series, she explained. So it's not like you need this because I said so. It's you need this because of this reason. And you could use this, it would help you. It's not necessarily a need, but this is the advantage to having this. If you are an English paper piecer or want to be an English paper piecer, you should go watch those videos. I watched all of them at least twice and went back and watched the third one several times. The way she knots her thread, her thought process for how she puts them together, how she travels with her project. It was inspiring, is all I can say. So that sent me down the English paper piecing rabbit hole. Now I do have in my cart at Fat Quarter Shop, there's a quilt that she did probably 3 years ago. And the kit is, when I say the kit, it doesn't have the fabric. It's the pattern and the paper pieces. And it's fairly reasonable. It's like $35. So I'm going to buy that at some point. I had hoped, my thought was I would buy it and I would do that I would take it with me on our trip to Denver. We were supposed to go to Denver in June. My husband had a work trip. And I was just going to tag along. I was like, I could work on that in the hotel. He's not going now. So, I don't know. The quilt, she does it, of course, in her very bright colors. But I thought about maybe doing it patriotic. And maybe I could do that during my daughter's deployment. And that would keep me busy. Because I would like to have a very tedious project that I spend time thinking about it and not worrying about what's going on with her. So, I don't know. I may get that and kind of see. I don't know. I got a lot of patriotic quilts playing in my head. But, so, I have that sitting in my cart. And then I said, well, let me just see what Amazon has. Maybe not a great idea. So, I bought this book, Hexagon Star Quilts. And Amazon does have some paper pieces. But I didn't order any right now. I don't know. We'll see. I still have a set of, I can't say the name of the quilt, and I'll try to get that book and the pieces out to show you next time. It's a phenomenal quilt. It is definitely a bucket list quilt, but I found this one. Now this, The colors are kind of strange, but look at that. That's pretty. And that's, you know, a little repetition. But the reason I bought this particular one, again, I was trying to get some free shipping, so I had to jump it up just a little bit. This pattern is called Cherry Pie in the Sky. But look at this. English paper piecing. Yep. So bought that one. Now I will say the directions in this one probably would have scared me off had I not done a little bit of paper piecing, even though it was the wrong way. If I had not done a little bit of English paper piecing and I hadn't watched Tula. But after watching Tula, yes. So then this showed up. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. Now it has some other quilts in here too. But this just, yeah, it has like some table runners and some other stuff. But I love this. And I love the colors that it's done in. So this will be another collection process. I do have some, I don't have a lot of like limey green, but I do have some teals. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll start this little collection pile too. So that will, you know, when I'm 95 and I finish this, I may not like those colors, but it's okay. When I start it right now, I like them. So, and I will say that, blank Lolly Stitches, if you are a quilter and you don't watch her, you should. If you're a stitcher and you don't watch her, you should too. But she does once a month, she does a Quilting B series, and she does some beautiful quilts, and she has a lot of like hexagon things going on right now. And she, side note, last video showed a section on Jen Kingwell. Amazing. I mean, amazing. Now, I am very intrigued by Jen Kingwell. I think I'm a little apprehensive about some of her stuff because I have so much stuff already started, but I'm going to have to get that quilt recipes book. She shows some of the projects in it, and every time she showed one, like my jaw hit the ground. And she has several, I don't want to say several, a couple of her quilts started, and what she has on there is really good. And I know I talk about her in every video, and I'm not a stalker or anything, but her cross stitch is beautiful and amazing. Her quilting, like, I need her to live next door to me so we can have quilt days. That's all. Okay. Last thing that I bought, and yes, I know it's excessive and I know it's a lot, but this is what makes me happy. I'm going to quit apologizing for it, even though I do it every video. I talked about this several times. I had the Liberty Box quilt that I have not finished yet. Should have been finished 3 months ago. I don't even know what my problem is. But I wanted to get it finished before this one came out because I knew I wanted to buy this one. I didn't get it finished, but I did still buy this. Teresa Kogut. It is Folk Art America. Approximate finish size is 54 by 56, so it's not giant. And it's, I will say, I was a little bummed because I love these boxes, but this is just a sleeve, which I get what they're doing. I think, I don't know if I have bought boxes from Riley Blake because I have some Lori Holt, but, well, I was going to try to show you, but I don't know if it's going to open. Anyway, the sleeve comes out and it's just a black box that says Riley Blake, but this will still be really cute displayed in my quilt room. And this really won't, like, I looked at the directions, like, I know I say this a lot. It shouldn't take any time. It's fine. I told my husband when I opened the Be Colorful quilt, he was like, that's one you want to write? I said, yeah, I love it. I said, you know what? Tomorrow after church, I'm just going to go in my sewing room. I'll have it knocked out in an hour. And we had a little chuckle about that. So the only thing that I have finished in quilt world, or even touch, which again, my daughter had her wisdom teeth out. We had Mother's Day stuff going on. I had like 3 days of the worst allergies ever. Like, it is so ridiculous to be so miserable over such pretty things that grow out of the ground, is all I can say. But I did finish putting the binding on my husband's quilt. This is the quilt. It's called Blue Lagoon. It is in Jelly Roll Quilt Book by Pam and Nikki Lintott. This is by far, I have so many quilt books, it's ridiculous. This is the best Jelly Roll quilt book that I have ever seen. I have made multiple quilts out of this book. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So I'm going to back up just a little bit. This is his quilt. I'm just going to show you a quarter of it because it's all, you know, the same thing. But so pretty. This is the Primitive Gatherings fabric. The binding is one of the prints. And I just did like a cream on the back. So I'm very happy to have that one done. I took it, he had worked late the other night, and I finished it up and took it in there and laid it on the couch, and he got home and he was like, oh, my quilt's done. And now he's like, you know, like it's laid on the couch, like, you know, don't touch. You were trying to keep the dogs off of it. So, but I am very glad to have that one done. It's very, very pretty. So, but great book, great book. So that's all I have to show for quilting. My plans, roll back up. My plans for quilting, I need to kind of get organized and see where I am with my projects. I'm not very organized in my quilt world right now. I am a little eat up with cross stitch, so it's taken some of my quilting time away, but I'm trying to get back in my rhythm with that. I did, I forgot, like, I did a Zoom call with the Stitch Your Stash group. Oh, it was so good. I enjoyed it so much. My husband was like, who are you in there talking to? You're by yourself. I was like, oh, it's all these people. It's on a Zoom. It's great. So that was a lot of fun. But that was on a Thursday night is my night that I claim as my quilting night. And then Saturdays, but Saturdays are always busy, so that's probably why I don't get a lot done. But so I come in here and I kind of shut the door and I have some little quiet time. So that just happened to fall on a Thursday night, so it was great to be able to do. But then that kind of got me back, like, okay, I can like step away for a little bit from my family. They will be okay for a couple hours without me. I can come in here and get some stuff done. So I don't really have plans to start anything brand new unless it is Swoon, which I've been trying to start that for, who knows, a year now, and hadn't happened. So I need to get a couple things caught up with my stitch alongs so that I feel a little bit better about what I got going on. At this point, I don't have enough organization room to have everything sorted the way it needs to be sorted, so I got to get some things finished so I can clear up some bins and use that. So that is my plan for quilting, just to get organized and have a little bit of something to show you. I do have 2 more project bags I want to get finished just because they're at a point that they can't really be turned into anything else, so I should go ahead and finish those. And then I'm going to start collecting for the Be Colorful quilt and make a decision about that Tula Pink and some fabric for that. I do think maybe in the next video for quilting, I may, since we are coming up on 4th of July and Memorial Day and everything, I may go ahead and do a little section on patriotic quilts for the next video. So let me know if that's something you're interested in seeing. And, you know, we'll see what comes up out of that. So I do, again, appreciate you spending some time with me. Hope you get lots of stitching and stuff done over the next couple weeks. Hope you find some great new Flosstubers. I will say also, just random babbleness, Mischievous Stitches is back doing floss tubes. She had taken a little break, but she's back, so I'm very excited. I really like her. Anyway, again, squirrels everywhere, just everywhere. So I'm going to get off here. My husband should be back shortly. We're going to go get some lunch, get ready to go to this wedding, and see how the day goes. So again, thank you for your time. Thank you for continuing to come back, those that return every time. If you are brand new and you liked what you saw, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And if you want to come back and see me, hit the subscribe button and the notifications so you'll get alerted when a new video comes out. And I'll see y'all in a couple weeks. Bye.